Well, hello there. Kebablord here of a League of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I welcome you to the close beta of Anno 1800. Yeah, since the 5,000 subscriber special has been postponed, I guess this will be a very good compensation for it. So I will do a complete Let's Play playthrough over the next couple of days. The beta is running until the 4th of February. So I should actually do my best to record like 10 to 20 episodes in this time and release it over the course of the next days or weeks, depending on how well I will progress in that. So, first of all, we are going to start a new game. The save system works with profiles, so I have to create a new profile here, so you know. Okay, we will go for a sandbox mode with no guidance, because, well, tutorials are overrated. Also, I already got plenty of playtime in this. So, at first we choose our profile picture. I guess the most fitting for me is here. Yeah, that is totally my body size. Also, I personally am wearing glasses, so the monocle will be quite a good fit. Also, I love industry, he loves industry, perfect. So, and what shall we use as a banner? I mean, I am actually quite a slow player, and I love industry. So I would actually go for this one. But am I really on the side of the workers? I don't know. But yeah, let's just go for this. And what color shall we take? Yeah, usually I go with magenta or purple. Let's go for purple. We don't have to be that bright, at least not today. So, and what shall be our name for the profile? It will be the Beta Kebab. So now we can actually adjust the game. Okay, we go for the advanced settings. First of all, I'm going to remove all these NPCs. What I personally like to do is a game that is not on the easiest difficulty, but also not on the hardest. So we will probably go for a mixture of medium and hard AIs. So also for those who are wondering, yes, there is once again a Jorgensen in Anno. We have Bente Jorgensen, and of course she's naive and friendly to everyone, as always. So about the medium AIs, we have here a former slave who is actually quite honorable, he is nice, you can trade with him, so it's really hard to screw that up. He's only a little bit... He doesn't like it when you build mines, because his father died in a mine once. Then there's she, with her own spy network after her husband died. So she started to play the dirty game. I don't really like her. Then you have here Arthur Gasparov, who likes to build beautiful cities. And then you have here the industrial magnate. Yeah, who has the same profile picture as me. I think we should go for Arthur. So, there's a medium one. I really like Admiral Vicente Silva. Fun fact, he actually surprised me once while playing. I guess it was in my 4th match or something like that. Because I have to admit, the AI is really slow in this game. And very passive. I mean, it's a beta. Of course, the AI still needs to be optimized. But at one point he just surprised me with coming with a huge fleet, and yeah, that was quite the fight. Yeah, like 2 hours of war and he did nothing, and then the big fleet comes and completely destroys my harbor. So yeah, he loves honorable war and so on, so he is actually quite reasonable as a character. And then you have Lady Margaret Hunt. She's a relative to the pirate leader. But she has remained loyal to the Empire and did everything she could to cleanse her name from any... well, from any negative traits and so on. She just started her life completely anew and succeeded with that. She's ruthless, and she will actually be happy whenever something negative happens to us. So, about the other factions, yeah, pirates, both on average. We have the neutral traders. World. Okay, let's go here for another random seed. Static world size is large, we have mainly large islands, island difficulty is normal, fertility is plenty, mineral deposits is plenty, and map type is random. Because I personally prefer to have large islands and plenty of space to build. So then about the features, income is medium, the inactive upkeep is on, meaning that buildings that we deactivate still cost money. And if we want to move buildings, we have to pay. If we want to remove buildings, we only get half of our of our resources back, and building relocation actually costs money. So city incidents on medium. That should work. We will only start with a ship. With medium money, but with a revered map. And so we have in general just a medium game. I'm totally fine with that. And we will we have a victory condition? I mean, 25,000 is a lot. The thing is, the revenue is actually quite easy to get, and money is just a thing of patience. I would just keep these deactivated. So, start game. And now let's see what Anno 1800 has in store for us. And here we have our beautiful ship. So, now we have, of course, to choose a proper island. This one here already looks quite right. Yeah, and the game still needs to load. But we are missing potatoes. Why are we missing potatoes? Potatoes are great. So, yeah, the most important fertilities are potatoes and grain. Because, well, we need those for our basic needs. And what I'm going to do in this game is going for a specialized approach, meaning I will set an island, build a little city there, and as soon as we are large enough I will set another island and that way specialize. One island will be for farmland, another one for factories, and so on. But that means we need a good starting point. Well, apparently we have to go here for this potato island. Okay. So, and we need to choose a coast that is close enough, that is faced to the middle of the map, so that our trade routes will be a bit more efficient. Yeah, we will go for that one. That way I can align here all the factories later. And build here the actual city. Sounds like a good plan.
New orders?
So other fertilities that we have here is grape and nitre. Okay, we don't need that later. We have 4 clay deposits, 2 iron deposits, 2 coal deposits. That all actually sounds about right. Not incredibly good, but also not bad. And we will build the harbor, the trade post here. That way we have this area available for the rest of the harbor, like shipyards and so on. Okay. Good, and this here will be our first economy district. So we need to be a bit careful. Oh, wait. They changed the balancing. But because of the last version that I played, roads were costing $25 per road piece. And now it's just 3. Okay, well, that gives us, of course, a little bit more flexibility. That means I can already prepare the city a little bit better. So in case you're wondering why I'm using here these double streets, that is actually quite easy. I like to have allies going through my main city. Okay then, Now, what we need to do is we need to ensure that we actually get some wood. So, and as we can see, we need workers. We are now negative. We now have a negative workforce in regards of farmers. So it's time to build a few houses. First of all, we are going to build a marketplace. 3, 1, 2, 3. Now that, and now I can build the first block of houses.
A new milestone.
Yay, we reach a new milestone. We are so good. So, and here I already built something wrong. So, time to correct that little error. And this is now the time where I'm going to increase the game speed. Why I really like Anno 1800 to begin with. I think it's a tad too slow. So I'm mostly playing on the highest game speed to compensate for that. I know that there are many players out there who actually enjoy their city builders to be a bit slower, but unfortunately I am a impatient bastard, so I don't really care. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, I did not have enough wood for building what I wanted to build. So, this is out of range. No. There is... Is it being transported? No, they're just transporting it onto each other. Yeah, but that one here is out of range. Oh well, I never wanted to only start with 4 of these buildings to begin with.
Flagship ready for orders.
Still, we might actually need some wood. So we have here our independent trader, Sir Archibald Blake. Basically the Anno 1800 equivalent to Lord Richard Northburg. And here we can buy construction materials and so on. I really thought that was in range. Okay.
Attention for the
So apparently they actually did some balancing changes since the last time.
Coordinates plotted.
The royal seal upon it.
So I'm also going to buy some steel, just in case.
Finally let go that pent-up gas.
Rudder.
So that I can actually already settle the other islands whenever I see fit. So this is going to be a farming island. And what are we going to do here? Nothing, because it doesn't really interest us.
Attention for the Admiral.
Okay, that means that on the way to our main island, I'm already going to settle here. This will become our farming island later.
Flagship at your service.
Quantity.
Yeah, Vicente.
Poison flowers drop poison seeds.
Yeah, as you can already see, the AI truly likes us.
Now at war.
So, and now we finally get our wood production. In the meantime, we can already take a look at the AIs. So here we have Arthur Kasparov. As I said, he will try to build a beautiful city. Here we have Lady Margaret Hunt, who has already reached the 2nd population class. And here's her industry sector. I actually really like that the AI is building true industry sectors here. So, and the general city layouts seem to work quite well for them. Oh yeah, and here we have the Admiral. Okay, now it's time to focus on our city again. I mean, we have now full storage. So time to put all that wood to good use.
You reached a new milestone.
Yay! Our city has become larger. So now we can start to produce some fish, but I don't want to use the main harbor area for that. So we just built something here. And build here a few fisheries. Yeah, it's really important that we are not overdoing it at the beginning. Because those buildings are actually quite expensive, and as you can see we have a negative balance. And we will have that for quite a while now. Why is your output storage full?
We're all full up.
That must be a bug, because clearly this building here is in range.
What brings you here, Master?
Does that work? Yes. Why was that? Why didn't they deliver here? It's clearly in the area.
Game saved.
Apparently there definitely are a few bugs still there. So, what we just did here is, as you can see, our city is growing. And we get experience for that with our profile. And that increases our influence. Influence is a currency that we invest in certain achievements. So that, for example, our ships do more damage in naval combat, stuff like that. But it doesn't really work like a research tree, like some people have wished. It's more like a perk tree, and you do it passively. So I don't just actively invest here, like put 5 influence points in there. Instead, for example, the number of my military ships determines how much influence I have invested in that. Because after a certain point, these items, like ships or special buildings,
Gives his thanks.
they start costing influence additionally to their construction to cost. So now we have quite a nice farmer settlement here, and it's time to build a pub. That will make our people happy. We don't only have these needs here, and that those are required for letting them upgrade. That means we still need clothing, but we also have happiness. Happiness determines, well, how happy they are. If they are very happy, they give me quests and so on. And there are certain influences. For example, here we only have a neutral happiness, slightly negative because we don't have any luxury goods. Then there are the newspapers, pollution, working conditions, island peace, and so on. And yeah, their luxury is having a pub and schnapps. And both increase happiness and credits. So, time to do that. As we can see, the pub was totally worth it. It halved our negative balance. So...
One final look.
Ah, a newspaper.
Really entirely marvelous to meet you. And that
Yeah,
we may
Beta
show
Kebab is in the red.
or
You know?
anything actually in my our broadsheet.
Yeah, that works. So we have
Changes? Really?
So we have a neutral reputation. That works for me just fine. So, and now it's time to ensure that our potatoes get something. Do we here have any bought minerals? No, only up there. So, yeah, there's totally no issue with using that space here as farmland. So, in order to produce schnapps, we build a potato farm and a distillery. And we can draw our farms here freely. In general, we have here 3 different kinds to work with. The first is agricultural farms, what we can see here. I mean, we have these freeform fields available. We could also go for one very long field. Then we have forestries, which work in a circle. And then we have animal farms, which work like farms in Anno 1404.
I have cultivated quite a thirst.
So that should do it. At least for now. I know that people drink a lot of alcohol in this game. So now we go for the clothing production. And here we see that with the animal farms that work like an Anno 1404.
Darling, bring your pa his hat.
And Via is also already settling on other islands. Miss Margaret Hunt has secured a different island. Well, her city has already grown quite big. But in long term, we will build larger and better.
Game saved.
As we can see, our balance is starting to work out for us.
Life's fine as a new turnip.
I guess that is mostly due to the schnapps and the clothes, yeah. Both heavily increase the credit income.
Maybe 3.
And as we can see, the road here is really busy.
I wouldn't like to say.
I love the smell of dew.
Darling.
And our balance is now positive. So are people already ready for upgrade? Yes, they are. Okay then.
You reached a new milestone.
You're tying the knot.
Yay, we got the next population
You
class.
reached a new milestone.
And the age of industrialization.
Success.
Lark this morning, I was.
Okay, time to upgrade a few more. And then I guess this shall be it for now. And in the next episode, we are going to start with a stone construction, increase the size of the city a little bit, and also start with the production of the first stuff that the people need. I hope you liked it so far, and I also hope you're curious to see what more will be going on in Anno 1800. And yeah, let's explore this game together in the following days. See you next time, probably later today. Bye!